Hello everyone, welcome to Motivation Medicos. My name is Pulkit Gupta and we're starting with the respiratory system pharmacology. In this single video of 10 to 15 minutes, I'm going to cover the whole respiratory system and it will be very easier for you to understand. After watching this video, just go through your any book of pharmacology and it will be very easier to for you to understand. So without wasting time, let's get started. First of all, the respiratory system pharmacology, you need to study two things. The first one is about the cough, and the other one is the very important disease of respiratory system, that is asthma. So we are starting with the cough first. So in cough, you need to understand that cough are of two types. That is, there are dry cough and the wet, or you can say the productive cough. The productive cough. So in the dry cough, as you know, this dry cough is not basically a serious condition. It's basically only irritate a person. So what we do, we give, in this case, what we do, we give anti-tussive drugs. Anti-tussive drugs. So the anti-tussive drugs, let's see what are the anti-tussive drugs. So the anti-tussive drugs are codeine, that is codeine, and folcodeine, and dextromethorphan, and the last one is noscapine. So, as you know, the cough are two types, dry cough and productive cough. In dry cough, we give anti-tussive drugs, that is codeine, codeine, dextromethorphan, and noscapine. While in the productive cough, so now we need to understand this productive cough a little bit. That in this, what we need to do, we give mucokinetics. This mucokinetics are the basically substances or the drugs which uh, after which the cough will be basically easily comes out of the body. So in the expector, basically in the mucokinetics, there are also two types. That is, the first one is expectorants, and the other one are the mucolytics. Now, what is this expectorant? What we do, we add water in this in the secretion of the cough. If we add water, we make it basically thin, just so that it will be easily out of our body. So the drugs which we give to do this is the, you can remember, that is guafenicin. You can remember the guafenicin and potassium iodide. Well, the name of mucolytics is directly indicate that it's lytics, but it is breaking the mucus, when making the mucus thin. It's making mucus thin. So drugs in this are the acetylcysteine. You can remember the acetylcysteine and the ambroxol, that is ambroxol, and the bromhexine. Bromhexine. So these are the basically drugs of the mucolytics, and basically of all about the cough. That the cough is our two type: dry cough, productive cough. Dry cough basically is not a big concern. Basically, it basically leads to irritation in our body. So we give anti-tussive drugs, that is codeine, codeine, dextromethorphan, and noscapine. While in the productive cough, we give mucokinetics, and there are two types of mucokinetics: expectorants and mucolytics. In expectorants, we basically add water into it. So the two drugs are guafenicin and potassium iodide. Another one is a mucolytics, which makes the mucus thin. And you can remember the drugs is acetylcysteine, ambroxol, and bromhexine. Now let's talk about the other topic, that is asthma. Let's talk about the asthma. So to study asthma, we need to understand a little bit about its mechanism, how it occurs. So basically, this is our mast cell. So basically, as you know, in type 1 hypersensitive reaction, basically allergy, due to allergy, the asthma occur. So mast cell is responsible in this. So on the surface of mast cell, IgE antibody is present. So when this when the antigen on its subsequent, basically on first time, as we know in type 1 hypersensitivity, IgE antibody attaches to the mast cell. So when antigen again comes, where on their subsequent exposure, when an antigen comes, it binds to the IgE antibody, and it basically, the granule present inside the mast cell, they release and cause degranulation, causing degranulation. Now after this degranulation, they release leukotrienes, basically leukotrienes, and that leads to bronchoconstriction. That leads to bronchoconstriction. So now we have to stop this. So what we can do? We can stop at this position. We can basically by giving bronchodilator, we can stop at this level. We can block the leukotriene. We can give drugs which stabilize the mast cell, or we can stop this binding of the antigen with the Ig antibody. So we have the four types of drugs which we can give in the asthma. So let's start with the first one. So as you can see, the bronchoconstriction occur. So what we need to do, we can give bronchodilators. What we can do, we can give bronchodilators. Now the bronchodilators are the first one, and they are given. Basically, you have to remember that they are given the first one, that at the acute attack of asthma. If someone is having acute attack of asthma, we give them bronchodilators. Now the bronchodilators are the you can give beta 2 agonist or M3 blocker. So the beta 2 agonist which we can give are basically four drugs which we need to study, and the drugs are salbutamol, salbutamol, terbutaline, terbutaline, salmeterol, salmeterol, and formoterol, formoterol. So these are the four beta 2 agonist drugs, that is salbutamol, terbutaline, salmeterol, and formoterol. Why I have written in this order? Because these two drugs are short acting, and these below two ones are the long acting. That's why we call them SABA, that is short acting beta 2 agonist, and LABA, that is long acting beta 2 agonist. So these drugs, so SABA can be given in the acute attack of asthma, because they work rapidly, they act short acting drugs. While the M3 blocker drugs are two which we need to study in this, that is ipratropium, ipratropium and tiotropium. These two drugs which we need to understand, ipratropium, tiotropium. So we can give these two drugs if any patient are on beta blocker. If someone is on beta blocker, basically we can give these drugs, that is M3 blocker also, but the drug of choice is beta 2 only. And also you need to understand this, that how this beta work. So suppose this is the any cell. So here beta receptor is present. So what it do, it activate the G protein. Now this G protein, if it works, it increase cyclic AMP, that leads to basically uh, bronchodilation. So you know this cyclic AMP degrades by phosphodiesterase, it leads to degradation. So what we can do, we can give one more drug by, that is phosphodiesterase inhibitor. So we can also give phosphodiesterase inhibitor, and you can remember one drug in this category, that is theophylline. Theophylline. You can see the theophylline. You can also give, that will also increase cyclic AMP, and that will lead to bronchodilation and will prevent the bronchoconstriction, or you can say prevent from asthma. So this is our first category of the drugs. Now let's go on the second type of drugs we can see. So now in the second type, what we can do, you need to understand one more concept, that in our cell membrane we have phospholipid. This phospholipid by the an enzyme phospholipase A2, it breaks down into arachidonic acid. Now this arachidonic acid on with the two different enzymes, like if cyclooxygenase act, it will convert into prostaglandins, or if it lipooxygenase act, this is cyclooxygenase, and if lipooxygenase act, it will convert into leukotriene. Now this leukotriene acts on cysteine leukotriene receptor that will cause the bronchoconstriction. So what we can do, we can stop at the level that first of all we can stop at this level, that is we can block phospholipase A2, or we can block uh, at the, you can see the at the lipoxygenase level, we can block at the lipoxygenase level, or we can block the cysteine leukotriene receptors. So 1, 2 and 3, at these three positions we can stop these the basically the leukotriene production. So the first is by blocking phospholipase A2, the drugs which we give are the steroids. We need to understand we give the steroids. So the steroids which we give are basically, let's see here, that the steroids are of two types in this: inhalational and oral. In asthma, basically we give inhalational basically steroids, and the name of these drugs is the budesonide, and the other one is the flunisonide, that is flunisonide. Also, drug you can remember, that is fluticasone. So you can also you can give steroid, that is inhalational steroid, that is budesonide, flunisonide, or fluticasone. You need to understand that these drugs are basically for given for prophylaxis, means for the prevention. They are not given for the treatment. They are only given for the preventions. So the other one, the second type is in lipoxygenase inhibitor. So this one is the, you can give the drug xylutone. You can remember that this is leukotriene. No leukotriene. So this is xylutone, you can remember. And the third one at this step is the cysteine leukotriene receptor blocker. And you can remember two drugs, that is Zafir Lucast and Monty Lucast. You can see that is leukotriene antagonist. You can see leukotriene antagonist. You can remember like this. So these are the second types of drugs which we have to study. So you can give steroids, that is inhalational steroids, or you can give xylutone by which inhibit lipoxygenase, or you can give cysteine leukotriene receptor blocker, that is Zafirlukas and Montelukast. The third types of drug which we need to study are the mast cell stabilizer. Mast cell stabilizer. So for that you just need to remember the name of the drugs, and the name of drug is chromoglycate, chromoglycate, and the nidocromil, and the other one ketotifen. These three drugs basically given inhalational by inhalational route. So the three drugs which give fast we can give, that is master stabilizers, are the chromoglycate, nidocromil, and ketotifen. The last type of drugs which we give in asthma are the basically the IgE antibody agonist we give. The fourth type we give is the IgE antibody agonist, and the drug name is very famous name, that is omalizumab. Omalizumab. You can remember by the ending with AB, that is antibody, monoclonal antibodies which produce. So these are all about the drugs of the asthma. So we see the summary. So in case of asthma, if it is acute attack, or for the prophylaxis. For the prophylaxis, in the case of acute attack, we give SABA, that is beta 2 agonist, or if a patient on beta blocker, we can also give ipratropium, that is ipratropium is the M3 blocker. And for the prophylaxis, we can give steroids. If in case if steroids not only work, we can also add LABA into it, that is beta 2 agonist also. So these are all about the drugs of the asthma. Let's see one more time. So about the asthma, we can give four types of drug: bronchodilators, nicotine inhibitors, mast cell stabilizer, and IgE antibody agonists. So the bronchodilator, we see beta 2 agonists and M3 blockers, and also phosphodiesterase inhibitor. While in second type, we can give three types of drug, that is phospholipase inhibitor, steroids, lipoxygen inhibitor, xylutone, and cysteine leukotriene receptor blocker, that is zafarlucas and montelukast. And the mast cell stabilizer we can also give. And the last one is Ig antibody agon, that is omalizumab. So this is about the asthma, or about the respiratory system pharmacology. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and guys, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you, guys.